Hello. I always have to check in with you. I'm continuing my online documentary series on the aftermath of being hacked. So basically, for those who are just new at my documentary series, over the internet, I do welcome you to it. And to give you a bit of a rundown, my email account was hacked first, and then a month later, the phone that I had at that time was also hacked. And then ever since then, that's when I noticed just strangers who constantly follow me. So I haven't received any legal documents showing the specifics of my misdemeanor, nor have I been interrogated on breaking any part of the law. So basically, all of these strangers are just constantly monitoring me and following me, even though I haven't received any legal documents of anything. So I've been just putting what I'm going through online, and a lot of people have been looking at my videos. And really, because I've been going to a public library, what I'm experiencing isn't done in private, it's now public. So really, that reminds me, I do thank those who are able to clock in and out of their job descriptions at any time for reacting, because you know exactly what to do, and I really appreciate your support. So in a word, because of you, because of your reaction, anything when it comes to me can happen at any time by anyone, and even more so, and I really appreciate it. I really do. So I do thank you. Anyways, it's crazy because I'm just doing this online documentary series as an emergency protocol. This is why I check in with you every day to just let you know, guess what? I'm still around. So if you don't hear from me, if you don't hear from me, then you just know what to do. I mean, because the internet, it doesn't touch on anyone's senses. The response, the reaction, the reaction that people get from watching my videos, out of the 1,000+ views. I mean, Like, I can tell that not everyone is obvious in like reacting to me, meaning just because he or she has seen my videos doesn't mean that he or she will choose to leave a comment or what have you about my video. I forgot what you call those things. But yeah, so like, oh, and that reminds me, my phone is still being unsolicitedly monitored. So like, really, this thing that I'm doing, it will continue on until until all of this unsolicited behavior ends. So, and I will continue to say the same thing in like all of my videos. So like the one who is unsolicitedly monitoring my phone, and the ones who just keep unsolicitedly monitoring me and following me on foot even as I speak. Yeah, the longer that you all do this, because like the details in what you're doing involves texting whomever about me without giving me any legal documents or what have you. Like, I will continue to speak on what I'm going through and putting it on the internet because it's already made public, so you're not able to control how other people react to what they see, react to what they hear from me, like within each of those videos, so it doesn't matter. Because like really there are other people who go above and beyond, and like really, like they're not, like for me, I'm not talking about politics. I never spoke on politics. I never spoke on the government. I'm talking about my safety. Why in the world would I allow strangers who haven't given me any legal documents or anything like it, why would I allow them to constantly observe and text all kinds of notes to whomever about me? I mean, like, stalkers do that, and this is why they end up in jail. So like really, since and I'm not talking about like those who don't do this kind of nonsense. I'm talking about, so please excuse me while I speak specifically to them, and especially to the one who is still unsolicitedly monitoring my phone. So number one, I never was interrogated about breaking the law. The only thing that I was interrogated on was whether or not I was dating someone in his 50s. Number two, like, I know gossip about me has been going on because there has been a lot of instances where people have literally pointed me out and insulted me. So for instance, there was a male who went to a station manager, pointed at me while standing next to the station manager and said something like, "She's crazy." And I approached both of them. I approached that male stranger and the station manager, and I said, "I don't even know you, so how can you call me crazy. And like the response from that near stranger was to walk away from me. So I do know that there are people like him spreading all kinds of rumors about me when, simply put, they're strangers. So like really, I'm like, I'm going to continue doing this kind of thing and putting it online because, number one, since I've already went to a public library to view my videos, guess what? That just means that it is publicly seen. Similar to how a public restroom can be used by anyone. Guess what? The same thing when it comes to using a computer at a public library. Using the internet at a public library. Why would, I don't get the correlation between like using the internet at a public library. Using a public library's computer to get on the internet when the area is public. Like when would that computer when would the internet from that computer at a public library become private? Because really, since my phone is unsolicitedly monitored, guess what? I can just easily use the computer at a public library, and I do emphasize the word public, because really the meaning from that word can never be separated. So yeah, that's why what I'm going through isn't private but public. But you know what, I'm going to continue on because enough with the fakeness. Enough with the fakeness. Because in order for anyone to follow me and to monitor me and to send text messages and video recordings and what else, and pictures to whomever, without giving me any legal documents or nor putting me through an interrogation. Really, there are laws to still be respected, and since I'm talking about safety, guess what? I don't need to be all up. I don't need to dwell on on certain topics like the government and or what you call it. It's the government and politics. I don't need to dwell on those topics in order to care about my safety, about my well-being. So enough with these stage performances. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I've heard it all. I a lot of the unsolicited followers and monitors have told me that they are doing it, some are unsolicitedly following and monitoring me and unsolicitedly texting whomever about me just to get their bills paid, or to get some other stuff done that involves their finances. And I'm you know what? Let me just put it to you like this. stalkers who are in jail that I share the same behavior and the same mindset and the same beliefs as you do. But since they are in jail, but since they do not have legal documents showing that they are able to follow another person just without that person's awareness, they are in jail. They end up in jail. So really, since I haven't been given any legal documents, then guess what? I'm not obligated to adhere to someone's certain standards. I'm not. And really, God is just continuously having all kinds of truths just falling out. So with this being said, the longer that these strangers unsolicitedly follow and monitor me, along with texting whomever about me and so on and so forth, they do leave trails behind themselves. Because they don't think. They behave as though they react before they think. So really, in order for them to take anything seriously, they would have to go through a dramatic experience in order for them to be persuaded to do something else. So really, I'm just continuing to do this dramatic, this online documentary series so that I can be taken seriously. Because really, people just simply need to get those legal documents so that they can actually do what they enjoy doing. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, and again, I do thank those who know exactly what to do when it comes to resolving this mess that I'm in. Because you know what needs to be done. You don't need to do any research and what have you. This is why I'm loving the internet. Because number one, I don't need, as long as you hear me, meaning not even reading in between the lines, as long as you are able to watch my videos, my online documentary series, then really you're able to just know how to access my situation. And I do appreciate you.